Welcome back to Conversations with Sharyn and Rosa. I'm Rosa.
And I'm still Sharyn.
And as you all see, Sharyn is healing well and she's back today as well. So we are excited about her healing and she's doing well. And again, thank you all for the shout outs, the concern, the love.
Yeah, I appreciate that. We
Yeah.
appreciate it, but it touched my heart. So thank you to all of you. And I am getting better, and
Yeah.
God is amazing.
Absolutely. So, speaking of shout outs, before we get into today's title, we got to shout out a couple people.
Yes.
So today we chose Thomasina. Thank you for being a subscriber. Thank you for all of your comments. Half of them come through text version, but we get them and we appreciate them. Also, LX. Thank you too for your comments and thank you for being a subscriber. And for Best Blessed Life.
Yes.
I had to get that right.
Her too.
Best Blessed Life. Thank you. And you also gave Sharyn a comment. You said you liked her hair, and she says thank you.
And y'all know how vain I am, so I'm loving anybody who likes me. But thank you very much. That's very kind.
Yeah, and I'm glad that we keep you laughing because you all keep us laughing as well. And thanks again to everyone who have subscribed to our channel. So let's get right into it. So today's topic is, when is the right time to come out?
Is that today's topic?
Yes. Is there a right time to come out?
Yeah.
When is the right time to come out? And I think the right time to come out is the right time to come out for you.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
It differs from person to person.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's any one set time or a fast, hard rule on it, but it's such a personal thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we're all on our own individual journeys. What works for you may not work for the next person, so we'll put the spotlight on us. There are people who say that I never was in, that I've always been out. So, for the record, I came out when I was about 10 years old to my mother. Really? As Rosa said, when is the right time? We had a wonderful conversation, she and I, a week or so ago about it. And, is it in your 20s or 30s, 40s, 50 plus?
Yeah.
Or never. There are people who are lifelong lesbians who will never come out and to the public, you know what I mean, or to their family. It's just between them and their girlfriends, you know what I mean. So it ain't nobody business what we got going on. We got a special love for one another, but we don't let nobody else know about it. So
Right.
That is your business.
Yes.
You have every right not to tell anybody, what's going on with you guys. But I don't know, Rosa. What do you feel about that? When's the right time?
Well, like I was saying earlier, I think the right time is the right time for that person, whenever that is. Some people kind of get thrown out, out there.
Pushed out.
Yeah,
Pushed out.
With people telling them. But for me, and I think Sharyn and I touched on our coming out story in other videos, but I was around 39. I just knew I didn't want to go into
Your 40th year.
another chapter of my life, living a lie. So, I came out around 39 where, that's when, my life spiraled a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And asked for a divorce from my kid's father and, just decided to come out. But I knew before then.
Of course you did. Sure.
That I wanted to be with a woman. I just didn't know how to go about it during that time. But yeah, so I came out at 39. I think I should have come out earlier. I think my life, would have been a little different had I decided to follow my truths earlier in life. But coming out is just different for everybody. Like I said, some people will be talking to their friends and say something to their parents about it or whatever, and kind of put them out there. And I don't think that's a ideal way to come out, but I think it has probably helped some people to come out that way. So, but you know, my family is so judgmental half of the time, and so it was more like I don't want to come out for that particular reason.
Well, a lot of families can be, but you don't know how much they are until you come out. You know what I mean? Like you said, you kind of think you know your family, especially your immediate family. You know, well, my brother, he's cool with this, and my sister, she loves me no matter what. And then you at Thanksgiving dinner say, well, you know, Sarah's not my roommate. We've been we're in a relationship for the last 7 years, and breaks.
Right.
You know what I mean? Look, you just messed up Thanksgiving dinner because you came out and told your truth.
Right.
And see who's invited next year. You can always come home, but leave that woman where she's at.
Exactly.
Like they're gonna put parameters. They're gonna put restrictions on how you gonna live your life. Because they think they got control.
Right.
And how they feel about you is the most important thing in your life. And honey, it couldn't be the furthest away from the truth for me.
Right.
For me. So today's topic, we're talking about when's a good time to come out, if ever.
But do you think that coming out earlier is better than coming out later?
I think it depends. I know, because I'm not speaking to anybody's journey but my own.
Right.
As I'm being very reflective, as I'm in the 65 plus club now. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I am not complaining. I'm glad I came out early. I'm glad I didn't stutter. I'm glad I knew who I was. I knew as a child looking at movies. Okay, I had a crush on Doris Day. Come on. Where's the sisters at, right? But okay, Doris Day. But in any event, you see these pictures where girl meets boy, boy meets girl, and she looks into his eyes and he looks into hers. I always wanted to be the guy who got the girl, and I didn't see anything wrong with that. Okay, so. And I'm thinking about these things, and these are early childhood movie memories. So I've always liked women. I always liked the cutie pies, and it was just, I believe I came here that way. I do believe that. So with my journey, I remember as early as I had to be at least 10 years old. When telling my mother that that I thought I liked girls, and I told her again at 12, and we talked about it at 14, and my mother just wasn't hearing it. Because first of all, she wanted to know, what did I mean? I said, Mom, I think I'm funny. Because that's what we used to call it back in the day. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, I think she's funny.
Yeah.
And I don't mean ha-ha. I think your daughter's funny. And, then I'm getting the crushes on my third cousins removed, and my older sister's best
You
friends.
sure they were third cousins removed?
Well, hey.
Because some people don't care.
I am not that lesbian. I do.
It could be your first cousin, and you still trying to help up on them.
Oh, no. Hey, you really wearing that skirt? Cuz I am not. Right. I am not that lesbian. I'm not. But I do have boundaries.
Okay.
Not many, but I do have them. So, but your direct question is, do I think it's better that we come out earlier than later? I think I've always said, claim your lane. Some people refuse to claim their lane. I know who I am. I knew what I was. I knew the world wasn't crazy about it. I know my family had issues with it. People who you think like you, love you unconditionally, you find out they don't. Upon the, I got one condition. On the condition that you're not gay, Sharyn. So I didn't put any conditions on our friendships,
right,
and the love I have for you. So in my case, it was best that I come out early, and I'm glad I did.
Right.
I cannot imagine with my life story. I cannot imagine waiting until I was 20, 30, 40, 50. Matter of fact, if I have to nail it down a little bit, I think in my mind, in my crazy way of thinking, and I'm talking to all my sisters in lesbian land, I think the longer we wait, the more difficult it can be for some women.
I don't necessarily know that, because I think if you come out early, you're still under like your parents. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You have no way. At 12, you had no way of providing for yourself. So what happens if your mom went to a different extreme and threw you out the house? Like, then you have to live on people's sofa, or you still depend on other people. If you come out as an adult, you got your own means. Well, most people do. You know what I'm saying? Most adults.
Okay.
So it's like if mom and dad's like, oh my God, I don't want this child that's gonna be gay.
Right. We're gonna disown
I just
you.
can't, and we just won't, and blah 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 blah. Then you still, you can fend for yourself a little bit. You're missing their love and their whatever.
Okay.
But so I don't know if coming out early is better than coming out late, or coming out late is even better than coming out early. Like you said earlier, I think it just depends on each individual person.
And let's not forget, there's a lot of young gays who get disowned by their family. They you're asked to leave the house.
Right.
I ain't raising no dyke for no daughter, so you got to go. Right. That kind of thing. And and look about the young males, and it kind of messes you up. Not that you don't already have enough to contend with, as we wrestle with our own sexuality and who we are and how we express it and how we navigate the world. Right. I'm just saying, for one lonely little lesbian story out there, I think it was better that I came out early. And I have no regrets about doing it. Now,
but you didn't have a mom to the extreme either. You know what I'm saying?
No.
She don't want you to be funny, but at the same time, she like, well, damn, I'm gonna get her through getting up out of this house, and she can go live her life and be funny where she want to be funny.
Right.
But like for me, I knew early too, and I would say as early as middle school, if not elementary school. But you're not coming out. Like for me, I didn't come out for reasons, whereas I didn't think I could fend for myself. I just didn't come out for reasons why my family was just so judgmental. I remember coming home from college, and I had cut my hair shorter than Sharon's, so it was real buzz cut. But I did that because I was on a track scholarship, so I was running track. I was on a volleyball scholarship. I was playing volleyball. So pretty much I was doing some sort of exercise every day, which, as we know, as black women, it sweats your hair out. I could not afford a perm to be at the beauty salon every 2 weeks that most of my friends in college was going. Every 2 weeks, faithfully, they were up in the beauty salon. So my family... Then when I go home with this buzz cut, they looking at me and asking me questions. And it wasn't like I was trying to tell them I was coming out. It was really because I couldn't afford.
Right. It was economics.
To get my hair done. And it wasn't like they were sending me money.
Let's be clear.
Yeah. So y'all not helping out in college, but then y'all got something to say when I make choices for my own. So, I mean, that's the kind of judgmental stuff that I'm talking about. Just, judging for no reason, but not helping out. Right.
Well, it's an interesting point you make, and I'm sorry that you had to have that experience. Let's just say there's women out there who never come out. Mm-hmm. And though they're healthy lesbians, or feel that they are, and that's fine, but they will never actually tell their own truth. They'll never admit to it. I don't understand that, and sometimes then you have this lesbian, like, everyone know you gay except for you. Like, let's send her a letter.
Right. Then when you come out, it's like, people are like, oh, I knew it.
Yeah,
you did.
Yeah, they knew it before you did. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And then you are fighting your true self.
Yeah.
So so here it is. Is it easier or more or less difficult? And when to come out earlier, just to go on and claim your lane, and like, this is who I am. Right. I don't know what the future holds for me, but all you need to know, I'm healthy, black, and gay. That's good enough. Like, absolutely. Oh, you lost me at the gay thing. So if we never come out, what is that about? What are you afraid of? Some of us have been raised in the church, and I don't even think I want to start that today.
Yeah, we kind of already touched on that.
I know, but wait a minute, I haven't had breakfast yet, so I don't think I even want to go there. Okay, yeah. That has never been a problem, but for me. But there's a lot of women who.
Well, that was a big problem for me, though. That was it. I was raised in the church, and when I say judgmental, you come home, like my college story, come home and people just looking like, well, why would she cut her hair? And when you grow up, as a Christian, to cut your hair is like, giving away. You might as well sleep with somebody. And I mean, they look at it as such a big thing. Like, oh my God, your hair is your strength, and
it's
like,
your beauty.
whatever.
It's the beauty of it. Yeah.
Like, I can't make my own decisions. Like that. That's just.
I didn't drink that Kool-Aid. I just felt like it was my hair. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but if you grew up in that type of family, you'd be thinking different probably too. Because I know a lot of it's just embedded as growing up in different households.
It's embedded, but it's their truth based on their fears, and now they're going to package it and give it to you in bite-sized pieces.
Yeah, but I got it from the only thing about it is because my biological mother wasn't that religious. She hardly ever went to church. So It wasn't that I wanted to go to church, because I had an aunt who would come pick me up and take me to church all the time.
Right.
But when I was in other foster care homes, they were really churchgoers too.
Right.
So it was like, I thought that was the thing to do, because
sure.
when you see it in other people's homes, it's not just yours. You just like, oh, okay, well, it's what I'm supposed to be doing. And it was something my biological mother wasn't doing, so I thought it was the right thing to do, because not a whole lot of her decisions I thought were the best decisions.
Okay.
So I did what was opposite of what she did. So it's just, for me, I just thought it was just the way to go. But, the whole not coming out because I feel like they're judging me, and I feel like, I'm going to hell in their eyes.
Mm-hmm.
All of that plays a part in, your upbringing. And that was sort of my upbringing. But like I was saying, when I got to college, I kind of did my own. I was like, I don't care who says what, who did this or whatever. I'm going to make decisions for my own. And it was like the first time I felt like I was really making the decisions for my life. And I didn't, and I was still kind of not sure if those were the right decisions, because I was never able to make my own decisions for a long time.
Sure.
So, and when I say I got no support in college, I'm talking about no support.
No support.
But when you go home, everybody got something to say, but nobody's trying to support you. My sister is the only one that supported me a little while I was in college. The only one.
Okay.
I hear you. And she wasn't even judgmental when I would get home. She'd be like, oh, I love your cut. You know what I'm saying? But really, it wasn't because I was coming out. It was just because I was really trying to survive and still be cute in college.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Look, I saw
get my hair done, get my eyebrows arched, all of that good
get
stuff.
The flow going, get the flow.
And
it had nothing to do with you being gay.
And that was a whole $15 to get that done. You know what I'm saying? Eyebrows arch was like $5 back in the day.
Right.
Haircut was like $10. And give them $2 or $3 a tip. You were good.
You ready for the weekend?
I can get my whole look on for $20. I was good. I was good.
Well,
so
it must have worked.
It did.
Yeah, because I saw the photos. You definitely were the cutie on duty.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, I could have probably come out then, but at that time, I'm dating my kid's father, and in the eyesight of the family, you're supposed to get married, have the white picket fence, the house, and the kids.
Yeah.
So that's what I did, and I didn't come out till later. So at 39, I'm saying to myself, like, I cannot do this. I can't be in this relationship that I'm not happy. And plus, we were already growing apart. Technically, we had grown apart.
Oh, sure.
It wasn't growing. We had that.
Grown.
We had already, as they said, the course
reached that expiration date.
Absolutely, the course had ended, and there was nowhere else to go, but to let's just go our own.
But do you think with that? And I appreciate you sharing. Did that make coming out easier? Because see, you've definitely lived a life that I have not lived. I don't know what it is like to have two children, and have to put their needs first, and to be legally married to some man. You know what I mean? And as you told me, you add to my education. When you have children, you make different decisions.
You do,
and I understand that.
Yeah, but to answer your question, I don't necessarily know if that made it easier. I think that, because see, two things happened to me at the same time. I was going through the divorce and I was coming out.
Wow.
So So mine wasn't just that one thing. So I was going through a lot of other stuff too. And I think for me that made it easier because I kind of got like everything out the way.
Yeah.
At one time.
Is there anything else you want to share with us?
Yeah. So like my ex-husband is mad that I'm, now into women, but at the same time we getting a divorce. So, he's extra times trying to, hurt somebody or put, as they say, put me in the hurt locker.
Right.
And do, simple stupid shit. So that was, I don't know if he would have done that if I wasn't gay or not. So it all was like in one package for me. Because when I asked him for a divorce, he knew I was going towards women at that point.
Okay.
So
this question still remains, and there you were coming up on, you were in your late 30s, you said 39, coming up on 40, and I think you've even shared to me, off camera, say, hey, I didn't want to celebrate my 40th birthday still being married to this man.
Absolutely.
Right, not under-living your life,
Absolutely.
Not living your own truth, and all of that. So the question still remains to all our friends out there in lesbian land, is it easier or more difficult to come out later in life? And again, remember, some of us choose not to, even though they live in the lifestyle, okay, but they still are not, they're not out at work.
Yeah.
I had a friend of a friend who, we know each other socially, but the people at her job didn't know she was gay. Her family didn't know she was gay. She did not identify as gay with anyone other than her partner.
Yeah.
But
that brings up a good question too, because when you say coming out, what does that really mean? Like, are you out at home but not out at work, or are you out at work not out at home? Like, a few people know, or
some people take, look, we're gonna go take baby steps. I'm gonna be look, I'm gay, I'm out to the people at 7-Eleven. So as you asked the question, does it get easier, or what parts of our life do we come out to? And in my mind's eye, I feel like I have freed myself at many years ago. Now, people know I'm gay. People know maybe my last partner. People know me from 20 years ago, 30. I've been consistent. She's still gay. Am I still black? Okay, didn't change it, baby. The point I was trying to make when I was referencing a friend of a friend, she was out, I guess, to only 20% of her world. It was like the people who she was socially connected with, they knew she was gay. Parents didn't know she was gay. The people at work didn't know. So I don't know how you can be, it's like a clapper, clap on, clap off, who you gay to, who you're not. And it's not just sometimes the things we say, it's the things that we don't say. Because people will, a lot of times I feel that we are socialized to be heterosexual. So people will just assume that you have a husband, a wife, 2 kids, or whatever the case may be. As Rosa and I, like some, we get around, we do some social things or whatever, and people, if they don't know we're a couple, they're like, is that your daughter? That pisses me off, but okay, is that your daughter? No. Is she your niece? No. Let's stop, playing 21 questions here. This is my partner, this is my wife, this is my sweetheart. And it's like, you don't have to say it again. Once you free yourself, you don't have to give them continuous inputs. I'm still gay. I'm still gay. I'm still gay. I don't have to walk around saying, I'm still black. I'm still black. Right? It's like,
you can see that.
Right. If I was a vampire.
But there are gay people, though, that has switched back over. So that might be a valid
but
question.
We're not talking,
they haven't
that's
seen
not
you
the
in
norm.
a long time.
Right, but that's not the norm. You know what I mean? That's not the norm. So, like, why would I have? Are you still Christian? Are you still Democrat? You're still a whatever, and I'm still gay. Hey, you know what I mean? I mean, I'm not saying we don't change, but I mean, some of the basic demographics are still the basic demographics.
Yeah. For some people.
For most people, I would say. For most.
But don't you have some gay friends that are now not gay? Quote unquote.
Not many. Do you have friends who used to be gay, now they are? Or they were, now they are? Or
no, I don't. I don't necessarily have any, but I know you do. That's what I'm saying. So some people do cross back over. If you run into them, you don't know to even ask if they're gay or not. That might not even be you see them with a man, you like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
that's not your business who
women,
the man
but
is.
That's not and I'm not saying they don't exist. Of course, there's some people I know who fit that, but most of my friends are gay, and I ain't talking about the bisexual ones. I'm not talking about the ones who I got friends who are they're only gay in months that start with F. Is it February? Well, I must be liking women again. I get it. No, look, no judgment, but you know you're out there and you know who you are. What we're talking about today is the women who are who know they're gay, and when did you come out? Why did you choose that time to come out in your life?
Right.
And there's women, of course, who choose to never come. I will never admit it. I will never say publicly that I'm gay. I don't get it. Right. I don't get it, but I just want to know, why? Why did you make that decision? How is it that you still tell your mother that you're looking for a man, and you ain't been with a man since 1968?
Yeah, but that would be considered not coming out just yet. If
right,
you can't be
right.
If you can't be open and true, and let me try to figure out how to say this, because some people just not gonna say they're out at work for work purposes. It's not because they're trying to hide stuff. It's just that you don't necessarily want people to know your personal life because they are coworkers. But to say I'm out to certain people but not to other people, is that really being out?
Right. Well, it surely is not being 100%, and it's like, well, how authentic are you?
Right.
It depends only on Wednesdays.
Right.
I don't get it. I'm not gay. I'm not part-time gay. I'm gay. I'm gay for realsies.
Yeah.
7/24. No matter what channel you come in on with me, it's going to be you're going to see a lot of things, but I'm gay. I'm still gay.
But when I was saying earlier that I went through two things at one time, coming out and my divorce. But when I came out, I came out. I told people at my job knew. They were like,
okay.
Is she divorced yet?
Yeah. Look, she's got a lot going on this week.
So, I was letting everybody know, like, it just wasn't going to be a secret anymore.
But did you do that because you were happy that you felt your truth, that that you wanted to tap on the microphone and say, excuse me?
I did it because when I going through my divorce, when I was going through my divorce and had encountered some uncomfortable situations that put me over, like, I didn't give a care what people said or did, or I was just going to live my life the way I wanted to live my life, and I knew I was going to lose some people, and I was still okay with that.
Did you lose some people?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely lost some people. Like, oh my God, you can't be telling me you gay. I would have never thought. I'm shocked. Okay, we'll get over being shocked.
But so much of your identity was, you were, a wife, a mother.
I understand.
And, you know what I mean? And you volunteer at the church and you do this and that.
And I understood I understood, where a lot of people came from, and I understood when people said they walked away, and I let them walk away. It wasn't begging for no friendships, no kinships, no nothing. If you was family, goodbye. If you were friends, goodbye. And it was only like maybe a handful. I can count on my one hand that I called to actually give them the news.
Right.
The other people,
so you don't hear from anybody else.
Yeah,
right.
the other people, however you heard it. It's true. You can call me and ask.
Right. So, and I appreciate your honesty. Thank you for sharing that with everyone. But here's my piece, because we're not going to beat this into a new life form. I have certain theories, certain things that I just believe to be true, and some things I think I have observed over my 50 years plus, loving women. I do think the longer you wait, the harder it is for people to come out. And
you think so?
I do. When I meet women, when you don't come out until you 46 years old, or 54, or 60, or whatever or 29, whatever's late for you, when they come out, they come out.
Yeah, but some people don't even know that they're gay until later, or identify with that.
Okay,
So you come out when you come out.
which means were you gay all the time and you were suppressing?
It could have been.
Yeah, you were suppressing yourself. So I think first of all, my heart, my heart goes out to you.
Right.
I cannot imagine the life that I have led. I couldn't imagine that life being not being out or being real or
Right.
I mean, you can know 19 things about me, but one of them in there is going to be that I'm gay. It
Right.
don't have to be the first thing. It might not be the last thing. Might not be the biggest thing. But it's going to be a thing. It's going to be on the top 100 and surely the top 10.
Yeah.
With some other people, not so much. The second part of my question is, what's taking you so long, and what are you so afraid of?
Right.
Because
right.
if you're my friend, you're my friend.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing changed.
Yeah, that's so true.
You know what I mean? I mean, like with one friend, we were so close we could share underwear. Okay, no, okay, maybe. Okay, I went too far. Okay, but we were close.
You went too far.
Okay, we were really, really close. Okay, we shared chewing gum, but
That's even worse.
I'm nasty. Yeah.
Like I got 2 kids, and it was hard for me to sometimes eat after them.
Oh no! Don't eat them after the
I
kids.
can't
Okay.
even imagine chewing somebody's gum. That's nasty.
Yeah, but no, seriously, I've had friends who we were very, very, very close. You know what I mean? And when they and not like I was lying and said I wasn't gay, but it was just a thing of like, oh yeah, and like women, and you see them puff up, blow up, the eyes start to roll, and they find a Bible and the Bible's on fire, and then they go to some verse written 90, let me show you where it says, you know what I mean? And it's like, oh, I am so not that person. Mm-hmm. I'm giving you, I'm not asking you for permission. I'm just giving you some knowledge just to let you know another piece of me, and how could we be that close and you not know that? Yeah. So back to my theory. I feel it doesn't have to be true for everyone. Some of my observation tells me the longer you wait to come out, I think sometimes the harder it is.
Yeah.
Free yourself.
That might be true.
Free yourself. And because I never was imprisoned by it. I mean, other than my stint with the military, and long before don't ask, don't tell.
Right.
It's like if you say you are, you're going to hell. Not only you going to hell, you're going to get put out of the United States military.
We might just throw you overboard.
Yeah, exactly. Poor swimmer.
Fell.
No, poor swimmer.
Yeah.
Seriously. And look, please, I can tell you some horror stories from that period of my life too. But I'm just saying that was the only time when I had to be okay with not saying who I am and being my true authentic self. Mm-hmm. So with today's topic, I just want to get some clarity around it, and the clarity has got to come from you. You know what I mean? Is it easier or less difficult or more difficult to come out later in your life?
Yeah, that's so true. Yesterday, though, I met an 80-year-old lesbian.
Oh my gosh!
And but I don't know what she. I don't know what she classifies herself as. So
okay, let's just guess. Butch, very butch.
She was real butch, but
real
I would
butch.
love to know her coming out story.
Yeah,
because like at 80. Like people were beheaded when back in,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Look, she was not your average grandmama kind of
person. She was so cool.
She
was so cool. I loved her.
She was old school dyke ×5, and she was 80 years old, so she could
and still was ready to kick somebody's ass.
Wait a minute, and was talking shit.
Yeah,
she was like, it was just even delightful.
It was even
delightful. Like I said, she was not Granny Gooddrops.
But it would be wonderful to hear her coming out.
Her story.
I mean, just because of her age and what she's seen, because you were like, in my 50-something years, 60-something years for you, your coming out story. She would have been 30 years before then.
Sure. If she was out, because
but that's what I'm saying. Did she come out later,
right?
Or did she come out early, or
her being 80? You know what I mean? That doesn't mean that she was, full into the, into her truth at 40 or 45 or 45, 50. Because, like I said 15 minutes ago, I do believe that we are socialized to be heterosexual. Yeah. It's whatever the dominant culture trying to lead you to. I remember, 100 years ago, I went to an all-girls school. Thank you, Mom. And high school. And when it came time for prom, my mother like, well, who's taking you on the prom? And I'm like, I'm going with my girlfriends. And it wasn't just girlfriend, my girlfriends and I we were
Right,
going.
which they do now today.
Right, which is
you
cool
know?
now. Which is cool
Yeah.
now. And so my mother said, "Well, no, you need to be with some boy." And my mother went out and got my date for my prom. I was so mad at her. You know what I mean? And this poor little boy named Matthew. And but in any event, you know, he was a gentleman, you know. But I was just like, hey, let me tell you what ain't gonna happen. Okay, let me tell you what ain't gonna happen.
And when I slip away for about 30 minutes, don't come looking for me, because I'm in the closet with Sally, who I wanted to go with.
Absolutely.
But, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, you know how that go.
Look, I had my own money. I had to, pose with this stupid little picture. You had to give me a croissant. Look, do I owe you $15? I really wanted nothing to do with this young man, and I felt bad for him because he was the son of a friend of my mother's. So his mother probably said, well, do Miss Williams a favor, take her daughter to,
because we don't want our daughter to be funny.
Right. Take her to the prime, and he probably said, "That Dyke?" No. He like, okay, So there I am, looking like the princess of poverty in this horrible little pink dress,
right.
And with him, and it was just like whatever the things you do for your parents. But
absolutely.
I'm just saying, even at that time in my life, I very much knew who I was, and I just thought it was ridiculous to show up at my prom with a guy I didn't even know his last name. Right. I just know you, Miss Lillian's son, Matthew, right? So I'm just saying, where we are, who you are at 50 is not who you were at 30 or 20.
Absolutely.
I mean, even though your truth was still your truth, you weren't going up to the microphone and saying, "Let me tell you who I am," because even if you were, that's the cost of that is. The chances are that you won't be accepted, you won't be embraced, you won't be loved, you might be asked to leave the family, and and so I think I just beat them to the punch, because I've said this many years. I jumped off a trolley car at North Philadelphia and went into the Navy in 1973 and never looked back. But I think in there was a gift. One of the best things I did for my family was to leave Philadelphia. Yeah. And not that anyone told me I had to leave. I just felt that the life that I was going to wanted to live, was in California for me. Mm-hmm. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So, with today's topic, is it easier or harder to leave when you're younger? Not just leave, but just to come out and follow your own dreams, your own heart, live your own truth. Right. Is it easier or more difficult, when you're younger, to come out and hey, claim your lane? I have run across a lot of women who are gay and who just didn't have the courage to be who they really are, and then they became 40. 50, 60, and then they come tell me the story, they're like, "Girl, I wish I was strong like you. I wish I had your courage." And then they are married to a man they don't love, having 3 children they didn't plan on, doing things they didn't think their life would take them to. Right. I am so not that lesbian. I'm glad I came out early. I'm glad that I was okay with me. Right. So that's where we're wrapping it up today. When did you come out? Did you come out in your 30s, your 20s, your 40s? Did you come out at all? And if you did, why? We'd love to hear from you. Absolutely. We'd love to hear some of your feedback about the subject this morning. So that's where I'm at on it. What do you say, babe?
Oh, I mean, that's good. I just
Are you glad that you came out later?
I'm just glad I came out when I came out, and I'm just glad that I came out. You know what I'm saying? I can't imagine suppressing that any longer in my life. Like, I probably look like I'm 60 years old with just the stress of the not being who I feel like I should be, and living my best life, as they say, living my dash. Mm-hmm. The dash in between your birthday and your death day.
Right. Dot. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm glad I'm just glad it happened the way it happened. Okay. I mean, I don't know any.
You wouldn't
other
do
way.
it any other way?
I could probably say that I could have done it several other ways, but the way it happened is the way it happened, and when it happened, it happened.
Okay, we're good with that. So, like we said, we'd love to hear from you on it. And as you can see, Rosa and I have differing opinions, because every gay story is not just a gay story. it's a human being story, and no two of us are alike.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? How you run with it is different how I run with it. So and as a friend of mine said, Sharon, I never knew that you were in the closet. And as I've gotten older and gained weight, and I say, they ain't got a closet big enough for me. That's how I feel about it. And if you don't like it, it's really okay, because my life is not dependent on you liking me,
Yeah.
or loving me, or accepting me,
Yeah.
or getting it. So let's wrap it up. We love you, okay? And until next time, we're wishing you the very best.
Of all good things, stay safe and stay woke. We love you.